sacrifices. I am alive.
Everlasting fire!
You will long for
Non-existence, die. Be silent.
Yo, I wanted to go over the Poison Shield Crush Slayer I've been playing in Scourge League. If you're looking for a build that can basically out can go maps, D16, all that, Scourge 200 plus, and also can do all the bosses and is reasonably tanky, then definitely check this build out. You'll probably need about 20x to get started just because Replica Feral Spur is 15x, and you'll probably want to buy some decent rares and gems, all that stuff. For 40x, you get like 80% of the power that I currently have with I think I'm like 110x invested, but most of that is just Awakened Multi-Strike and a Malevolence Watcher's Eye, which you definitely don't need. Alright, so I'll jump to the build. Why Poison? Just, I like ailments. I really like ailment builds. Plus it enables Withering Step and Obliteration for really fast map clear that you probably saw in the map demonstration. Okay, so why are we Slayer? Because everyone's champion nowadays. Well, I like being a special snowflake, but other than that, you also get Bane of Legends and Headsman. Just more damage. These are like 20% damage each. 10% attack speed, move speed, a little bit zoomy. You get AoE and accuracy. This is basically like 60% accuracy, or 60% area of effect while mapping. It helps enable the chaining explosions from Obliteration. And then Masteral Form. I guess this is kind of a core mechanic of the build. Sets your maximum endurance charges to maximum frenzy charges, as well as giving 1 max frenzy charge. And since we're stacking frenzy charges, this actually gives us like 10 endurance charges, which is just physical mitigation. Since we don't have armor, it's useful. As well as resist, which is good because capping resist on this build isn't super easy. Right, so got Replica Feral Spur. Basically what this does is makes it so Aspect of the Cat has no reservation, but it also sets your frenzy charges and endurance charges to max every time you gain the aspect or the cat's agility buff. So what Aspect of the Cat is, it's a rotating buff. Every couple seconds you get cat's agility, and every couple seconds you get cat's stealth. The buffs aren't super important. I think cat's agility is just like 10% attack speed or something. But what's nice is that it sets your charges to max. So in the helm, I do have Aspect of the Cat, and I have it linked with less duration, or else if I don't have this, then the buffs will last too long. So I won't have maximum charges up at all time. And especially because I'm also using Snakebite, which gives 10% reduced frenzy charge duration per frenzy charge, so this ends up being 100% reduced frenzy duration. Also Dark Ray Vectors, which is another 40% reduced duration. But we can counteract that with some nodes on the tree, such as this Charge Mastery node, which gives 100% charge duration. Yeah, so I'll go over the tree. Basically, paving down here. We're trying to pick up. Let's see what's important. Oh yeah, we paved down to Versatile Combatant. This is nice. Super strong node. Gives you 2% chance to block spell damage for each 1% overcapped chance to block attack damage. This basically lets me get max spell block 50-50. The downside, negative 25% max chance to block attack damage, block spell damage. I mean, I wasn't getting that anyway, so not much of a downside. Let's see. Yeah, so the idea is we want to pick up frenzy charges, we want to pick up life on the way, and we want to pick up as much like chaos, thought multi, and attack speed and stuff. Nothing too crazy. Getting this frenzy charge node. This is block over here. Some ailment, multi, and duration stuff. I think the durations actually ends up being more damage than any kind of multi. Attack speed, it's all good. Makes your shield charge faster. Poison. For the poison mastery, we're getting Plague Bearer. Has 20% increased maximum value. This is just for mapping. It's nice having. This is actually really cool that GGG added the mastery for this. Makes sure Plague Bearers do more damage. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're picking up Spell Suppress. This node's actually pretty good. I think for like bossing situations, and since I'm using 2 flasks, and my Spell Suppress is like 90%, like this is actually generating a lot of life flasks, which helps for sustain in boss fights where you really need it. Picking up more Spell Suppress over here, getting the mastery that gives 10% if you have evasion on your gloves, boots, helmet. More poison stuff. Poison duration, it's good stuff. Going over here, trying to pick up some stats too, because we get intelligence and strength. It's pretty hard to get the required stats, so wherever you can get intelligence for free, you definitely want to get it. Life, spell suppress, good stuff. Oh yeah, we're picking up Ghost Dance, and I'm also using a Corrupted Soul, which gives 15% of your maximum life as energy shield. This comes with the Glorious Vanity Timeless Jewel. Basically, it ends up being like 1,000 energy shield, but with Ghost Dance, it's really powerful. Yeah, it's pretty awesome that GGG added this to the tree and took it off Trickster. It sucks for Trickster, though. And then we're coming up here, getting some damage nodes. The stuff is good. Some Chaos Thought multi stuff. Effective Withered. It's good stuff because we're using Withering Step to apply Wither stacks. Let's see. Oh yeah, for my Annoyed, I'm getting Heart of the Warrior, just life and strength. This is more defensive. If you wanted to get damage, you could get this Corruption Effective Withered thing. This is a lot more damage, but I didn't really feel like I needed it. If you want to POV warrior it up, then I would definitely get that one. All right, let's see. So for my gems, like I mentioned, I have Aspect of the Cat with less duration. I've also got this +1 AoE gems craft on my helmet because I'm using Plague Bearer here, level 25 with level 4 in power. You definitely don't need the level 4 in power. I would never buy this because it's like barely any more damage. But I actually got pretty lucky and crafted it, so I ended up using it. Shield. I got super lucky with the shield. I bought it for 1.5x. I think it had like 22 base evasion. And then I used the Sacred Orb to roll up the base evasion rating. And I divined up. It's actually 3T1. I don't think the guy who sold it to me knew that, or else it probably would have been worth a lot more. But I divined that up to 2,600. I can still get the quality up to 30%. And potentially I could also re-roll suffixes and do like a quality craft. But the 15 chance to block is too good, and I don't really want to risk it. So for now, it's solid. Although it does have 2 wasted suffixes, which is a little bit sad. Owl's Uprising, this is like 10x. Definitely really nice to have. Malevolence reserves no mana, and also gives you a bunch of stats, which, like I mentioned, you're definitely going to need. The string was like 1x, it's super basic. No, you definitely want the non-channeling skills to have minus mana cost craft. But the main thing here is just Despair on hit, get some resist, get some life. Circle of Nostalgia, I think this was 7x. Not too expensive because most people want a double damage mod, but that's actually kind of stupid. The Chaos Resist is way better. Yeah, so the two best mods I would say is probably the Chaos Resist and then increased chaos damage. Obviously, you could also go with Herald of Agony effect, but I imagine that's slightly less damage than increased chaos damage. And then obviously the +1 maximum frenzy charge implicit is what you're looking for there. Let's see. So for mapping, I use the Subliteration, which has the increased AoE corruption and then increased global physical Krangle. Not too hard to get. I just found a bunch of increased AoE corrupted obliterations, and then I kept Krangling until I got like something that didn't have a terrible downside and gave me a little bit of damage. Over here, yep, we got the +1 frenzy snake bite. It's like 30 chaos, and then I Krangled it for 25 life. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Dark Ray Vector, got the suppress enchant and the can't be frozen Krangle. Definitely want that Krangle because it lets you it frees up the Pantheon. Because if you don't have can't be frozen, you have to use the Sprine King. But if you do have it, you can use any of these three. I'm not really sure which one's the best. They're all kind of pretty good, but yeah. Let's see. So for a single target, I switch to this dagger whenever I need it anyways, or like want to show off my damage or whatever. Got the Malevolence Aura effect, the damage over time multi, and the increased chaos damage over time. And then I crafted physical damage as extra chaos on there. So yeah, I think this was like an X. It's pretty hard to find something like this. I don't know, but you can probably get something comparable for around that. Let's see. Belt is just life and resist. Like I mentioned, I think I mentioned, I don't remember. But Mage Blood, this is a build, so Mage Blood is probably best in slot for this build. But yeah, I'm never getting one. I've never been close to 300x. And I would definitely want a +1 synthesis Frenzy Ring before that, which is like 120x. So those are potential upgrades. Probably not going to make it that far, but yeah. And then Jewels, it's like life and stats. Life, stats, resist, yeah. Oh, and can't be corrupted blood. That's pretty useful for like Sirus and stuff. Yeah, Malevolence, Watcher's Eye, this was 35x. Can't afford it, you're not really losing that much. It's like 9% damage or something. But you definitely do want the non-channeling skills to have minus mana cost while using Clarity, or else you will not be able to sustain your Shield Crush. Yeah, so for gems, Shield Crush, Deadly Ailments, Melee Physical, Multi-Strike, Endurance Charge and Melee Stun. 10 Endurance Charges, so this is 40% more damage, basically best in slot. Potentially you could get 11 Endurance Charges too, so that would be even better. And then Unbound Ailments. One thing about Multi-Strike, which is interesting, is that you get all the benefits for a poison build, but you don't actually have that less attack damage, because poison damage doesn't count as attack damage. So this is really good. If you can't afford Awakened, obviously you just use regular. It's like 10% less damage, 11% less damage, doesn't really matter. I think Void Manipulation is technically more damage than Melee Physical, but I already leveled this up to 5, so I'm just too lazy to swap it out. Shield Charge, I got a link to faster attacks. Fortify, basically you're at 10 to 20 Fortify stacks during mapping at all times. Pretty nice to have. And then Divergent Rage, just generate rage. Before I had this, I was using Endurance Charge on Melee Stun. It's nice just because it would actually help clear, because a lot of times I'm not even using Shield Crush for clear. I'm just like shield charging into packs with Plague Bearer up. Over here I've got Anomalous Predator. So basically what this does is just, you use it on, it's like a mark, but it applies -4% to all resist. I've got it over here. Yeah, it's just a little bit more damage. It can be nice to have in some single target situations, but you don't really need it. It's like 5 chaos anyways. Anomalous Withering stat. The anomalous quality applies another extra 2 wither debuffs. So Wither obviously is something that increases chaos damage taken on enemies. It's a huge buff for single target, and ideally you want to cast it twice on bosses, because that'll that'll get your max wither stacks up, which is 15. For some phased fights like Sirus and shit, it's kind of hard to get that all up because he teleports around and drops all your wither stacks, which is annoying. But yeah, good to have. Increased duration. I think I've got wither up to 7 seconds, and the cooldown on wither step is 3 seconds, so that's kind of nice. Steel skin. I've just got that on my left click. It's just the next little defensive buff. Let's see. Divergent Herald of Agony, just poison chance, more poison damage. Oh yeah, Tempest Shield, Shock Immunity, and spell block, 25 spell block. So this lets me get spell block capped. It might be hard to get block capped if you don't have like a high block shield. Honestly, probably if I had the choice between having a really high evasion and low block versus lower evasion and high block, I would probably go for the block, even though it hurts your damage, but that's up to you. Herald of Purity, more physical damage, which, since we're using Shield Crush, which is basically all physical damage, this is basically just 10% more damage. See, Clarity, I've got a level to 6, you probably don't need it that high. Malevolence and Precision, just some more accuracy. I don't know if I need Precision. My chance to hit's 93 at level 100, so it's probably actually higher than that. I'm not sure how the calculation works, but yeah, I'm using Precision there. Let's see. For flasks, I've got Quartz for Spell Suppress and for phasing. I also, sometimes I switch it out for Taste of Hate. Alchemist Jade of Evasion, just, more evasion. And then Sin's Rebirth, pretty cool to have, more evasion. Unholy Might, which is like 30% more damage. And Ignite Immunity, which is pretty good. Just some Life Flasks, which is nice in combination with this Entrenched node. If I was using Mage Mode, I'd probably use 1 Life Flask, and then I'd have to swap out Sin's Rebirth. Maybe I would just use some like Topaz or like Sapphire Flask or something. So yeah, the build is surprisingly tanky, and that's because of it's got a bunch of defensive layers. It has pretty high evasion. I think I'm at 24K evasion in Hideout. And then with Flask up, it gets to 44K. It's not like champion level, but it's pretty good against attacks, especially in Scourges. I've got the 50-50 block with Versatile Combatant. I've got about 90% Spell Suppress. And then also, I've got the Ghost Dance, Corrupted Soul combination. Probably forgetting a bunch of stuff, but I can't remember right now. So I'm gonna end the video here, and I'll play a little Wave 30 Simulacrum for you guys. Okay, peace.